This is Charlotte Stevens, and the Ancestors are the world's greatest personal growth accelerator for badass Black women who want to goddess up. And something I wanted to say to Black queens all over the internet, but especially on LinkedIn. I see so many Black women who feel like they have to acquiesce or assimilate to the preferences and the taste of white people, white America, white men. And I understand why we do that, right? We've had to assimilate. It was like assimilate or die. And throughout history, we've had to do that. But I want to, not remind, but I want to maybe for some of you, for the first time, inform you that you actually don't have to do that. I know that feeling. I felt that way for the longest time. It kept me from being fully expressed and just holding back. When I was a teacher, I would be fully expressed in my classroom, but nowhere else. Like I wasn't fully expressed online. I wasn't fully just speaking my truth. And even though I saw the impact of what I did in my classroom, I didn't take that outside of my classroom because there was too much fear around the potential repercussions and white folks getting mad and then finding some way to punish me. And so I just want to say that you don't have to live like that. A lot of the ways that we have been conditioned to live as Black women is killing us and extremely unhealthy, but we felt like we had to do it in order to survive, and our focus has just been, our mantra almost has just been survive, and it's never been about thriving. It's never been about what we actually enjoy. It's never been about our pleasure. Like is almost like this idea of like pleasure, like how selfish of you to pursue your joy. Our ancestors had to just do X, Y, and Z, and that we're almost driven by this guilt to suffer like our ancestors suffered. And I just want to say, like, you ain't gotta do any of that shit. You don't have to do any of that shit. You don't have to cater to white folks and dehumanize yourself. Because I was really like not paying attention to the Supreme Court justices. I don't know how to say her first name, so I didn't pay attention to it enough. But Brown, her last name's Brown. The sister who's being sworn in right now. The way that she is having to endure that type of abuse is terrible, and the way that she's expected to do it with grace, I think it's dehumanizing, and I'm not with that. I'm not with that. We don't have to, and I'm not disrespecting her, but I know that she has to play that role in that position. But that shit like took years off her life. You know what I mean? And how many times are we sacrificing our own mental and physical well-being in order to stomach somebody else's horrible action, right? They're the one that shamed us. They're the one that did the horrible thing, but we're embodying it. We're taking on that hit to our system. And I'm not with it. Like I couldn't watch that stuff. I wouldn't even pay attention to it because it's traumatic. Yes, every Black woman has been through this. Every Black person has been through this. You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to. Like if you don't want to go through that experience of having to prove your humanity to white folks, you don't have to. If you don't want to go through the experience of having to feel like you have to hide your hair in its natural state, you don't have to. If you don't want to code switch, you don't have to. There are other options. And I'm telling you this because we're not taught this. And we're not taught this because white folks want us working for them and working for less than we're worth. You can start your own business. I know you don't believe in yourself because you've been taught not to believe in yourself, because these schools teach you not to believe in yourself, and they don't tell you things like the first woman to ever make $1 million in the United States of America was born 3 years after enslavement, and she was a Black woman. Now, if she can become a millionaire in the times and all the obstacles that she had, why can't you? Why can't, oh, that's right, you can. You can, but the first thing you have to do is allow that thought to even like ruminate in your head, and not millionaire in the way that white folks do it, where it's like you're exploiting somebody or hurting somebody to get that money, but actually serving people in a way that benefits them, that helps them, that makes the world a better place, and you get paid. How about that? How about you can do both? You can make the world a better place and get paid and keep your cornrows and your grill and not have to code switch and run your life and have all the time you need for self-care. That is what is available to you, but you have to allow that to even be a possibility. You have to just allow it as this is something that is available to me. So I just want to reiterate that. I want to reiterate that you can live a life where you don't have to be concerned about what people think. You don't have to be concerned about what you post online. You don't have to be concerned about, am I going to be able to eat? Am I going to piss off all the white folks? Oh, so I never have a way to, exist. Like Madam C.J. Walker could only sell her products to Black people. Okay. If she could only sell her products to Black people and she became a millionaire, it's like, I just want to shake people out of the matrix. You don't have to be validated by one of these white companies. You don't have to be picked for one of these jobs. You can never write a resume again when you become an entrepreneur and when you master how to not just becoming an entrepreneur, but also have that sense of worthiness. Because the average Black woman entrepreneur is making $24,000 a year, which is nothing, And that's because she does not believe that she's worthy of more. So first and foremost, you have to believe that you're worthy of it. Instead of $24,000 in a year, what if you got that in a day? It's possible. It's possible. I mean, really, I just made $12,000 today. If I made two like another sale, like I'm saying, like, but you have to allow that. You have to allow it. You have to allow it. You have to allow it. It is possible. You can show up fully expressed, be loved for who you are, and have clients that just adore you for who you are, not your version that you have to be when you go into white America. And I also want to say to young people, listen, the vision is not for you to come out of college and go get one of these stupid jobs with one of these white companies that you think, oh, I got a job at Google. Oh my God, I got a job at freaking Twitter. Like, oh, it's the best job. I made it. Look at me, everybody. I made it. Those jobs don't love you. Okay, I'm sorry. The white folks don't love you. That's just the reality. I know that it's hard to hear, but it's real. So I encourage us to create our own ways, our own pathways that we don't have to assimilate on any level. And not only that, but we can make jobs for our people and then elevate us and then have schools that validate our kids and protect our kids. We can have all the things because we can afford them. We can afford them, right? Freedom costs money, y'all. So let's go get some. And if you're interested in coaching with me, schedule a call. I'm sure it's going to be somewhere linked to this video. And also I always have events on Eventbrite, whether it's I have a self-care for badass Black women coming up. I usually have Black Goddess Rising up there, but there's always events on Eventbrite. Follow me there and on LinkedIn. I'll see you later. Remember what I said? You can have it all, queen. And I'm living it. So it's real. Bye.